I was not going to comment on this. I wasn't going to comment on this at all. But after seeing the Nature Girl 30's reply, and for context, yes, being the Nature Girl 30 have been in. We've known each other for many years, since around 2012, 2013. In our private lives, she has helped me through a lot of emotional and mental baggage that I've had a lot of years. And for the last 2 years, hey, hopefully this will be our forever relationship, but we take it one day at a time. But I know she's strong enough to stand on her own. But after reading some of the comments on her video about the situation with Bianca Belair, I feel I had to comment on it. First, let me comment on the situation with Bianca Belair itself. Apparently, there were a couple of messages, one of which I don't think was prejudice at all, because I think it was just somebody expressing their opinion. In fact, I think the responses were more racist, prejudice, whatever you want to call it, than the actual comment. Now, the other comment, I have to say, definitely I can understand why somebody might think of it as racist, especially someone black. Because basically, to paraphrase the comment, basically they said, well, Cody Rhodes deserves to be there. Rhea Ripley, who is a current women's champion over on Monday Night Raw, deserves to be there. But Bianca Belair doesn't. But I guess because black. To that commenter, that was a big mistake. Even if you didn't mean that comment to be prejudiced or racist or whatever you want to say. Which, by the way, let me straighten out. Racist actually means pride in one's race. Which actually that's not wrong, as long as you don't take it to think you're better than somebody because of it. But prejudice is definitely a prejudice against something, whether it's a good reason or not a good reason. Now, definitely you could take that either way. But I will say this, Bianca Belair is not there because she's black. She's there because she's earned it. And quite frankly, people that push these products on us, and when I say us, I mean everybody, not just black people. They do that to attract money. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca Belair was there to attract more viewers, particularly black viewers, and more specifically, black women. I mean, it's business at the end of the day. It's business, whether you like it or not. Now, that comment, because black, would have more meat to it if, let's say, on the cover you put B-Fab, Kaden Carter, or Alicia Taylor, who's the ring announcer on NXT, Kalani Jordan, who's a talent on NXT, Jada Parker, who, by the way, on a side note, I do like. I actually think she has potential to be a big superstar coming from the soccer world over to the wrestling world, and she's already shown potential. But even if she was on the cover, I would have been like, huh? If somebody would have said because black and she was on the cover, even though I like Jada Parker, then I would have been like, he's got a point. He's got a point. Or if Samantha Irvin was on the cover, I'd be like, why is she there? She's just a ring announcer, though. That would be funny as hell. Because I'd be like, damn, Samantha Irvin more over than her man Ricochet. And Ricochet's the actual wrestler. That would be funny if she was on the cover. But anyway, back to the point. But in the case of Bianca, nah, I don't have a problem with it. I think there's more of an issue of the fact is, why do the men be on the covers by themselves, but the women, even the white women, have to share their covers when they're on the 2K games? I think that's a bigger issue. But back to this. I saw some of the comments directed at TheNatureGirl30, and if I said I didn't feel some kind of way, I'd be lying. I would be lying if I said I didn't feel some kind of way. But I know Nature Girl 30 is a big girl. She can take is a big girl. She's a grown woman. She can take care of herself. But I feel like, and I'll go ahead and say it, I feel like as her man, I had to step in and say something. Those that question her thought process or her education, I'll just say without telling her business, you don't know who she is and what she's been through for you to say that. You really don't. And also, what does her education have to do with the issue? Plus, I feel we as people in general, but especially black people, especially when dealing with each other, we can communicate and talk to each other without being, and I'll just be blunt and say it, we could do that without being hoes, without being rude, disrespectful, and crass. And I don't know why people in this day and age feel like they gotta do that, because I see it even in my own profession. Yes, and most of the profession I work with is non-black folks. I'll go ahead and say it, white folks. But I see that even with them. The longer I live, the more I realize that a lot of the problems that we try to frame as black problems are in reality people problems. The longer I live, the more I see. And the more I interact with things outside of the black community, the more I see a lot of the things that I used to think of as black problems are really people problems, are really just behavior, attitude problems. And trying to take someone's words and use it against them, or saying, well, I came with the receipts when there's no receipts in sight. And honestly, if you were being rude and stuff, it's her page. It's her channel. She has every right to take your comment off. Just like I do, just like any person with a YouTube channel that puts up videos too. It's her opinion. And now I don't 100% agree. And I'll be honest, I don't 100% agree with her. I do think that one comment was borderline, if not in fact, racist. I do. Now, the other one, I agree with her. I don't think it was at all. I think it was just that person expressing their opinion, and they were attacked for it. But Regina is under no obligation to defend Bianca Belair because she's another black woman. And as far as saying she's jealous of Bianca Belair, I just found that so silly. So silly and childish to even go there. I mean, what? Really? All because you don't have a valid all because you got nothing good to say or no actual valid argument to say. Not to mention the grammar could use some work. But anyway, you have no valid argument to say, so you come up with that. Really? But just because Regina's a black woman and Bianca's a black woman, she's under no obligation to defend them. Just like I'm under no obligation to defend somebody black because we're both the same race. That's bull. And I think that's stupid, and that mentality needs to die. Not just with black people, with all groups. It needs to die with white folks, it needs to die with Asians, it needs to die, etc. I defend black people who are quality and who I know needs backup and deserves backup. I don't defend them just because they're black. I'm not going to defend the drug dealer who gets taken down by the police because, oh, well, he's a black man, you're supposed to stand up for him. No, that's stupid. That mentality should have died in the 60s. We had to do that back then. I'll even give you 70s through even the 90s. We had to do that back then because not only did we have other folks against us, we had the freaking U.S. government, especially in the 50s, 60s, especially in the 1900s through about the 1970s. And people might say, well, the government's still trying to get us. Well, no, the government's trying to screw everybody with no lube. But anyway, that's really all I got to say on this. Regina can take care of herself, but it's my way of letting her know, hey, I'm here, and is also expressing my opinion on this. The other comment, no, I don't think was racist. But the first one that had the in comment, she's there because black, that one raised my eyebrow, I will admit. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be jerks. Not everyone's going to like you. And you just deal with it and move on. If they're not affecting you in any way, if their comments, it's not affecting your bottom line, not affecting your ability to pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, etc., and so on, screw them. Just let them run their mouth, go on somewhere. Quite frankly, speaking for myself, I got better things to worry about. Just like I had better things to worry about now that this video is ended. I'm out.